Hi and welcome back. Today you join us on a walk to find the ruins of Ellerbeck and Duxbury Park Colliery. If you have just found our channel, we would love it if you could hit the subscribe button and help our channel grow to be bigger and better. Ellerbeck Colliery was a coal mine located on the border of Cuppa and Adlington in Lancashire. The Hilton House and Red Moss Coal Company sank the first shaft in 1876. In 1896, Ellerbeck employed 460 underground workers and 148 surface workers. In 1923, Ellerbeck's numbers 1 and 2 pits expanded to employ 892 underground workers and 156 surface workers.
Yeah. We came upon this, what we thought was a pit shaft, but after further investigation, it doesn't look like it is. We're now stood at what would have been the marshalling yards. I'll drop a map in so you can just see roughly where we are. Looking at the map, there would have been roughly about 6 sidings. Empty wagons would have been brought in, they would have been loaded and then taken away by the colliery engines to the exchange sidings.
Photos we've found on the internet, we think this might be the old training school. In the 1930s, the colliery was owned by Black Rod Colliery Company and they employed 50 underground workers and 22 surface workers, mining the Bourne, Wigan 6 Feet and new coal seams. The colliery was nationalised in 1947, becoming part of the National Coal Board. It was redeveloped in 1958, employing 411 men. The colliery eventually closed in 1965.
The ruins of Ellerbeck Colliery cover a large area. There's lots of ruined brick buildings and concrete plinths. There's still an old telegraph pole with a few insulators on it. Couldn't actually make out the markings on them, so I'm not sure which ones they were.
the two shafts are next to each other and they're both fenced off for safety. Even though the mine shafts are fenced off, there are still big holes dotted about all around the ruins, and they're quite deep, some of them, so if you do go on this walk, please be very careful where you're walking. While doing research, I found on Durham mining site a collection of names of some of the workers killed at Ellerbeck Colliery. Here is just one of them. Richard Nelson, 2nd of May 1906, aged 18. Richard was a haulage hand. He was crushed by a haulage rope and pulley wheel. Either his coat sleeve was caught by the rope and drew him into the wheel, or he took hold of the rope and was drawn in. Some of the accidents listed were quite horrific.
At this point, according to the map, we would have been stood under a large building where they would have loaded coal into the railway wagons. The pit shafts are in front of us. This is one of the holes that you need to be aware of. It just looks like a drain. It's still quite dangerous if you fall in it.
On the other side of the path, we found some more ruined buildings. We think this may have been a coal washery.
Coal washing involves water and mechanical techniques. It removes the impurities from the coal, increasing its efficiency and its quality. Therefore, this would increase its price.
Lots of square building ruins here. We didn't investigate inside these because we wasn't sure about the floors in them, as they were all covered in leaves and we didn't want to disappear down any holes.
I didn't see you.
Once we had finished exploring Ellerbeck, we set off in search of the ruins of another colliery, Duxbury Park Colliery. To get to Duxbury Colliery, we followed the path of what would have been the old mineral railway that connected the marshalling yard at Ellerbeck Colliery. Ellerbeck and Duxbury both shared the branch line which came from the Bolton and Preston line at Adlington Junction. We're now arriving at Duxbury Park Colliery. This was opened in 1876 as Farmworth House Colliery, owned by Thomas Whittle. It was renamed Duxbury Park Colliery in 1883. It employed 253 underground workers in 1896. The colliery closed in 1917 and was acquired by Ellerbeck Colliery as a pumping pit. There are still signs of what were once the colliery buildings on the right hand side of the path, and we also came across the first shaft, which was fenced off. Isn't it?
Yeah.
That bit there.
Yeah, because the shaft's there behind it.
So see these here? Will they be where they are? No.
Yeah, probably.
Industrial estate.
Possibly, yeah.
If you were a miner, you were paid according to how much coal you produced and not how many hours you worked. That's why some miners had their whole families working underground to try and get as much coal as possible so they could earn more money. Many families worked up to 12 hours a day and for 6 days a week. We then spotted on the left side of the path a big square building. This was the other shaft. There's no access to the inside, but if you pop your head over the top, be very careful, as there are pieces of broken glass stuck in the cement all around the edge.
I'm not taking that on. Get that.
There's concrete with glass sunk in it.
That's what it's been. Stopping from people climbing, isn't it? You don't think this is the old shaft here?
If you get the chance, search and read True Story of a Lancashire Pit Brow Lass, written in 1947 by a lady called Mrs. Holden. She was just 13 when she started work at Duxbury Park Colliery. She was up at 4 AM and had a 3-mile walk to work and back each day and worked 6 days a week. We will leave a link in the description.
There's been a fan of sidings here, but one lot would have come from that Colliery, Ellerbeck. And the other one just took main line. Very Rollinson line.
We now head towards where the line would have crossed Wigan Lane. It went across the road by the means of a railway bridge. The bridge has long gone, and all that is left now is just the abutments of the bridge, which once would have held the bridge. We think it was a steel girder bridge, and we also spotted an old road sign.
bit more of railway engineering in the banking. An old culvert in reasonably good condition. Only a short section of the track bed is accessible now from this side, but the line would have continued on, crossing under Rawlinson Lane, and then it would have crossed over the Leeds-Liverpool Canal just north of Bridge 71 at Rawlinson Lane. At this point it would have been where the coal was transferred from the railway to the barges, and a facility for doing this is still visible. All coal traffic on the branch stopped by 1933 when it was transferred to road. The line was dismantled by 1937. That's today's walk done, so we're heading back now. I think you should have put wellies on there. You get muddy that.
Some of our finds today was a pair of GPO insulators. The black one is a Terminator. And an old power insulator. We hope you liked our video. Don't forget to like, subscribe and hit the notification bell for more videos. See you on our next adventure.
And don't forget your wellies.